Check out this guy in the oncoming lane. He pulled out and then just went to the front to try to cut in. But look at, there's a cop at the very front. So I'm guessing that's why he didn't go all the way to the front. He wanted to turn right, make a right-hand turn on the red light in the oncoming lane. So he passes all the way. Then he sees the cop, so he stops back here. And of course, it's fine because the cop does shit all. See, and then people it's just insane. People complain about me doing things like, ooh, I turn right on a red. But meanwhile, this guy goes in the oncoming lane, illegally passes 6 cars because he wants to run a red light in the oncoming lane, and then he notices there's the cop at the front, so he stops, he just stops and sits in the oncoming lane, next to a double solid yellow, and the cop doesn't do anything. If the cop just glances in his mirror, he'll see a car in the oncoming lane sitting there. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. Hey. I have a video where there's a kid who calls me a weird monkey or something, and then I follow him into a restaurant, and that's the restaurant, but it's not there anymore. It's been emptied out. I guess they're in the process of closing down or moving or renovating. So it's Friday, it's 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And we're downtown Zhengli, which is a rarity for my videos. Yeah, that's about it. We're just gonna cruise around downtown Asia. Zhengli is a shitty city. It's the city that I live closest to. I kind of live outside the city, but yeah, it's an ugly little city. It's got a lot of parks once you get further out, but it's like downtown. Oh, check it out! It's my neighbor. See this kid? Check him out. He's dancing to the music. He's about. He used to have a crush on me because I used to wave to him because he's one of my neighbors, and we both don't live anywhere near here. He's flaming gay, and he's about, I don't know, he's got to be 6'2", 6'3" tall. His stories, guess how old he is. He's about, if I had to guess, I'd say he's about 14 or 15 years old. 14 years old, 6'3", and he's nowhere near his full height, obviously. He's just going to get bigger and bigger. His story is kind of interesting. His parents just kind of gave up on him. He's got a crowd here. His parents kind of just gave up on him and decided that they didn't want to raise him. So both his mother and his father just deserted him and left him. He knows me, that guy. Yeah, his parents just deserted him, and the grandparents decided that they'd take care of him. So he's raised by his grandparents, and yeah, I'm pretty sure what he has is a case of Giantism. I think that's what it's called. People who are exceptionally tall, 6, not basketball players, but people who have that kind of a long face, and you can kind of tell that they're just giants, like Jaws from the James Bond movies. It's actually because they have something. They have an overactive gland or something that's overproducing growth hormones, and it's not natural. It's not normal. That's not that boy isn't naturally supposed to be that tall. It's because he has something that's overactive or broken or something that, he has an overactive gland thing, right? So what they do now is if a child is going to have a case of giantism, I think that's what it's called, what they do is they just it's not a sight I want to see.
what they do is they actually do surgery, and they actually kill the gland, or they slow it down or something. So and then it stops their growth. Because I met a guy like that. I met a guy, and he had like a long face, kind of like Jaws from the James Bond movies. He kind of looked like the guy from the James Bond movies, but he was like maybe 6 foot tall, and that was it. And I kind of mentioned it to him. I'm like, you kind of look like him, but you kind of look like a giant, but you're not that tall. And he said to me, he says, that's because I was born with giantism, but I had surgery, and they like did whatever they did, and I stopped growing, and now I'm going to be a normal height, and therefore I can live to be, 70, 80 years old, no problem. Unlike giants who end up being like, 40 years old, and then their heart can't take the strain of pumping the blood through such a large person, and they end up dying an early death. So, as long as this woman doesn't unexpectedly go. Now I gotta figure out. I want to go in here. The store it's a big, cheap store. Good luck finding parking though, man.